This institute was started with two or three fundamental ideas. One, that India does not have integrated education relating to urban issues. So we have good architects, good civil engineers, good water supply people, good transportation people. But somebody who has an integrated view of all these things. So typically, if over an area a builder asks for a permission to build 5 towers of 20 floors each, the thing that would be examined most is this a residential area? Does the floor space index allow that kind of structure to come up? There is very little study of what kind of transportation pressure it will generate, what kind of pressure it will generate on other civic amenities such as water supply, sewerage. So we need people, as India's cities grow, we need people who have an integrated view of these things. And for that it is necessary to have education of that kind. So this was the first motivation. I think the second motivation was that we have not yet generated India-based knowledge. So we need a lot of case studies into how India works and why does it not work in certain cases. And unless these things are taught right at the education level itself, we will find that our graduates then are not equipped to deal with the day-to-day reality of the Indian urban space. And the third idea, if I were to summarize it, was that knowledge and practice needs to go hand in hand. So people who teach need to have some idea of how does this actually work in practice. And probably this is most implemented in the area of medicine in India. Most of the people who teach in medical colleges do practice and have some knowledge of what happens to the patient if what they are teaching is actually done. We don't have too much of that in other fields, and in this field we thought that that should be ingrained as part of the way the institution is designed. The need for manpower in the market is almost like yesterday. So what do we do in order to bridge the gap in the meanwhile? And one of the ways in which we are attempting to do this is to have this program through which fresh graduates who, on account of the fact that they have graduated, have a certain degree of understanding of different subjects, and train them for roughly a period of 1 year to equip them with this cross-disciplinary knowledge as well as some amount of practice. So some hands-on work and some ability to grasp the importance of the different disciplines that impact on how urban areas develop or why there are problems when we try to set up urban settlements. I think IIHS has remained true to its objective, even though it's not possible to achieve this kind of an ambition in a period of 3 or 4 years. Probably these institutions take decades to build them fully. But what I would say to the learners is that this is an excellent opportunity for them to gain cross-disciplinary knowledge. And if people are looking at working here, then this is an excellent opportunity to mix with young people, to actually come in touch with practice as well as theory, because true to our dream, we have remained as close to practice as possible. I think one of the advantages that the students will find when they come for this program is that they will get to interact with people from different disciplines who have over the past 3 or 4 years been trained to work with not within just their narrow area of specialization, but in broader areas. The other thing that the students will find is that the faculty is young and easy to relate to for them. And the third thing I would say, which is probably the last but not the least, is that IIHS nurtures a very open-minded environment. And therefore, the students will find that if the faculty is unable to answer their question, they will be honest enough to tell them that and direct them to the correct resource. I think in learning that is very, very important. And I'm sure the students will enjoy this environment.